You know what I'm saying? Like, I've reached my higher level. And there's always more levels, but I remember when I was sitting in the apartment thinking about a vision that I had, thinking about the money I want to make, thinking about the type of the life I want to live, person I want to be with, you feel me, where I want my family to be, the type of business we want to be doing. And that was me envisioning my higher level. You feel me? And I took them steps to bring them higher levels out into reality. And what I try to tell people is that, you know, you got to focus on how you go work and bring your higher level into reality. You feel me? And so the higher level challenge is about developing you into that higher level being, that person that can go through and see their potential, develop their mind, you know, and go through that process of transformation. And you got to look at the level you at right now and say, you know, it's not that you're low level, but this is my lowest level. Like, the level that you at right now got to be your lowest level in life. And if this is your lowest level in life, that means you can only go up from where you are, even if you're at the highest point that you ever reached. See, last year I wanted to be the greatest one who ever spit a speech, but now I want to be the greatest one who can master teach, right? And when you think the thoughts, then you can reach out into the atmosphere and you can pull anything into reality. All you got to do is conjure what's on the inside, you know? And so that's the higher level. My ability to be able to speak, my ability to be able to think, my ability to be able to execute, no, that's my higher level. So you got to ask yourself, what does that look like for you? Who are you? What do you know about yourself? What can you pull out yourself? I ain't a rapper. I amplify myself beyond anything that's coherent to somebody can say as a rapper. My consciousness is not even common sense. It should be, but we don't live in that type of world where people see themselves as God commonly. So therefore, we ain't got that thing in common, see? I can speak this easy, but that's when your mind is flowing. It's not attached to nothing. You don't claim a title. You just be all. You feel me? And the only way you can do that is if you empty yourself of your preconceptions of what the world programmed you to believe that that's all you are. See, that's the power. The issue with titles is that when people say this is what I am, you saying that that's all I am. You saying I'm nothing else. So therefore, you don't have the power of anything else. You know, you could be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, an influencer. That's all you are. No, you're always more than that. And you know that because before you was that, you was the zero, right? And it's not until you tap into the God mind, you put that one next to it, you know. But before you reach to that 10, you got to go through that 1 through 9. That's them 19 keys. It's self-development to your higher level. You understand me? I want y'all to do me a favor. Go to the App Store, download the BWO app. We're gonna put the challenge there. Go to the App Store, download the BWO app. You know, a couple years ago, I was rocking with some cats that wasn't of my caliber. You feel me? Because I wasn't at my highest level to even see the devil inside of them. You feel me? And God take you through those journeys to see if you really are who you think you are. You feel me? God take you through that journey to see you are who you think you are. So he took me through that journey. He said, you want to be high level, I'm going to take you through it then. But you know, you got to go through the ups and downs if you want to survive this. So that's the power you have. This I'm not even going to be talking about this one on social media yet or none of that. So y'all getting something exclusive right now. But if you own this one, I'm not going to say this later. Just download the app. You know, just download the app. That's all you got to do for now. You dig? We working on a lot. I just pulled together, you know, my bros, some cheat code. We got a whole program that we partner with. Teach people, of course, the financial game. That's one aspect, but really teach people how to get money out here. Teach them how to use their mind. We done taught spiritual development. We done taught enlightenment, conscious development. You know, how to really dissect yourself, put yourself back together and be who you want to be. You see how I speak and how I flow, right? This is the gift that I want to give to others, because if I can do it and all I did was tap into what I know is possible, then that means that you have a greater, higher level version of yourself. You know, so that the mental exercises, you take a second for a second and you say, okay, I am where I am, but where can I be? I am where I am, but where can I be? That's God. You know, when I do my tour and I travel around the world, I want to see y'all there. I want to see your face. I want to meet you. I want to crown you. I want to greet you. You know, we represent different parts of each other's journey because we are a reflection of each other, those who tap into that mind. I ain't got no link. All you gotta do is go type in BWO. It's in the App Store. Nah, it's on everything. That's all you gotta do. You feel me? If you don't find it, I'll put a link in later. But I need y'all to take this high-level challenge because it's going to be all year long. And I don't want you to go into 2024 feeling the same way you do about your life, knowing that there's untapped potential, because the consequences is that you may be depressed thinking about what you could have did with your existence in the time that you was living. I don't know how much time we get on this earth, but I know that if we live it, doing something every day, then we cherish the gift that we was given, being able to breathe our spirits. That's the power, you know? And so, when it's real, it's nothing to fake. When it's real, it's authentic. When it's real, it's nothing to say. Like, I've had the ability right now to kind of like look around in reality, and I see those in my environment that don't want my higher level from me. Some people satisfied with this level from me. They say, that's enough, Keys. That's what they be trying to tell me. I see it though. They be like, that's enough, Keys. I said, what the fuck is you talking about? That's enough for you, but not me. That's enough for you, but not God. God never told me I was enough. God told me we infinite beings. You say ye are gods. We small guys in the house of the Most High, but you know, when I'm talking to man, I'm talking big G talk. When I'm talking to God, he already know what it means. Because you can't put a big G on God. He the creator anyway. Shout out to Scott J. Abnar, say he joined the BWO. So, no, it ain't enough. But what people do, they start to fear you though. Right? They fear like, damn, if he who he is now, imagine he gonna be if he get more resources. Imagine if he gonna be if there he get more connections. Imagine he gonna be he get more smarter and he learn how to connect these dots. So people will withhold information from you, withhold contacts and connections from you, and then you got to realize that shit, it ain't their job to give it for you in the first place. It's your job. It was always your job, you know? So you got to be careful giving things, because it can create a sense of dependency that can destroy that God energy that you have to be able to conjure in your own self. So that's what I've learned on this journey, right? I've taught thousands and thousands and maybe millions I have taught millions of people, literally. I've taught millions of people throughout my lifetime already. And out of those millions of people, not one person offered me $1 million. Out of those millions of people, not one offered me $100,000 yet. So that tells me that even if you go and give the entire world something, it's still up to you to give yourself what you really want, to give yourself the things that you need. Because society don't know how to reciprocate the value. So when they tell men to teach for free, you can. And you can give people the keys to their life, their existence, to billions of dollars, to freedom, to happiness, to joy. But you can rob yourself of your own opportunities if you don't work to go bring it out yourself, for yourself. Right? I've done did what most men only dreamed of. I done reached levels, but I ain't reached nowhere yet, because I know what the potential is though. I know what the real high level looks like, you know, and it's a few tweaks that I got to go through in order to see myself possess it. I should have $1 billion already just based on my intellectual prowess, the property that I put out there, the knowledge that I've been given. I done talk technology, I done talk spirituality, I done talk ancestry, I done talk consciousness, right? I done talk currency and financial intelligence. I done talk, you know, the science of the mind. Right? Like, I done gave the world blueprints. I done changed men, you know, from being boys to changing their direction into discipline and character and courage and all of that. And nobody still gonna offer me $1 million. I still gotta work for it. So that lets me know, you know, the way you go about getting the things that you want, you have to develop and be intentional about it, because no matter how much you give, you still gotta go get it for yourself. You know, but that's what makes you worthy, because if I can teach millions of people and possibly reach billions of people in my lifetime, you know, I'm a billionaire just by my charity work. You know, I'm giving out millions and millions and millions and millions of nuggets, right? So when you know what you're capable of, then you know what you can extract, because you know what you deposit. You understand me? When I worked for somebody else and I made them millions of dollars, well, I said, damn, if I did that for them, I can do it for myself. And every single day there's somebody working at their level, right? When I was working at Prada, I was working at the store. I'm on the store level, right? I'm an associate. I'm thinking I'm making some cool money because I'm making more than a manager. At least I thought I was at the time. I never seen his check, but I believe that I definitely caught some good checks there. But I realized that, damn, it's levels to this. It's levels to this. Like, here I am as an associate. Then there's a manager, right? Then there's another level. He has a boss, right? There's somebody that's over that region in that district. Then he has a boss. That's somebody that's corporate, that's vice president. Then he has a boss. That's somebody that's president. Then he has a boss. That's somebody that's the board members. Then they have bosses. Those are the investors. It's always a higher level. So I want to be at the highest level. So what we do, we learn investment. We learn the game. And so wherever you at, there's a higher level. And everybody don't want that for themselves. And it's not okay. Everybody be like, that's okay. No, it's not okay. Not if you tapped into me, because I don't need you to tap into me unless you want a higher level for yourself. Unless there's something about yourself you're deciding to tweak and develop. Whether it's the way you speak, the way you move, whether it's your character, whether it's your team that you're building, whether it's the amount of money that you're making. Like, the BWO is the high level challenge. Shout out to all my students. If you're in the BWO, press 1 real quick. But, becoming a master teacher on this journey, I love it. I be breaking all the rules. I don't ask for permission. Permission is propaganda for those who just want to give it so they can become gatekeepers. But when we stop asking permission, we start giving ourselves permission. And then you recognize that you had the authority the whole entire time. And once you know that you're the authority the whole entire time, you become dangerous to the establishment that established the false authority because it's not real. They falsified documentation and took your authority and put themselves in front of it. They counterfeit. It's not real. But when you know who you are, you're there. When you know who you are, you're there. You know what I'm talking about? So I realized that, you ain't got to be perfect to get started. But you got to get started. So I got started on all the things I thought I had to wait on people for. I thought I needed more knowledge. I thought I needed more money. I thought I needed more people to support me. And I realized the only thing that was stopping me was my fears. So when I really indulged into the belief in God and the belief in oneself, the fears did not exist anymore. And then I was able to move forward because the only thing that stops people moving is the fear. The fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of perception and opinion, right? All these is fear that cause insecurities. Because when we feel protected, we can walk with a stomach in, chest out, head up. And we feel bulletproof. If you know you couldn't fail, what would you do? That's the question. If you knew that you couldn't fail, what would you do? If you knew that you couldn't fail, what would you do? See, the conversation even changed when you talk to people. If you knew you couldn't fail when you wanted to talk to a business partner about something or ask somebody about some money or go after an investment or learn a new skill set, right? Go after the type of person that you want to be, right? Like, go after that idea. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? See, it's the fear of failure that stops you. It's always come back to fear. Because if you knew that you couldn't fail, you would do everything fearlessly. That's the key. It's always a such thing as fear because, even as Muslims, you taught to fear Allah because in that fear of Allah, you give him authority over you to move you into his will. And as long as you operate within his will, you get power. The fear is a motivator. You understand me? And so most people fear their failures more than they fear God. Because if you have faith in God, you know that he can walk you through whatever path. So that should be enough. But how come your faith in God ain't enough to help you move forward? Because you don't really understand God for real. You don't, and you think you do, and that's that higher level. Because when you develop a true knowing of God, he pushes you through everything. He said, man, go ahead, do it. I got you. You fear God, like, bruh, you sure? Yeah, God, big bruh. He said, don't worry about it. I got you. Don't even worry about it. Walk through the snake with a pit and where the snakes is at. Don't even worry about it. You got that, bruh. I got you. But God just gave you an order, and you're not going to listen because you fear the snakes more than you fear God. You get it? So if you got to go, if you got something that you fear, and God giving you an order, and that order is by putting it in your mind, and so you develop your will to move according to God's will, because there's a good idea, which means it's a God idea, then you're supposed to move forward. You're not supposed to have something you want to will, and you can't do it because you fearful. Man, I just gave y'all $1 trillion worth of game. What you gonna do with it? Telling you, I don't care if you go to a Beyonce concert, man. You ain't gonna get that kind of renaissance of thought nowhere on this planet Earth. You can go pay $5,000 a ticket and you go leave there after you done getting energized in a beehive. You still gonna be fearful. Why? Because the reason you love Beyonce, because she was fearless. She stepped out there. Her parents taught her to be fearless and go after everything she wanted, and what she did, she sought that path and she got it. I'm just saying, you know. We love when people really follow God. We love when people really are fearless. Those are our prophets. You know, those are our stars. People that they say follow their dreams. That means they follow God's will. They did what they were supposed to do. And then we had paid millions of dollars. We had paid thousands of dollars. We would do anything just to get a glimpse of those people because they're walking in that type of path of starlight. So when you exude that kind of energy, man, you live a life that's meant to be lived. It's true freedom. You exist in bliss. If God tells you, you know you can become a better speaker. You know you can look people in the eyes. You know you can move a certain way. You know you can be more confident. You know you don't have to hold on to your old self because you fear losing a part of yourself that you think is really you. Nah, man, you fear losing something because you don't think you can replace it with something better. So I see so many cats from the streets, they hold on to, you know, that character of the streets because they fear that if they develop themselves in those areas, you understand me, then they lose themselves. And that's why I say it all begins with the idea of understanding the root of fear. You know, that's the high level challenge. When you develop yourself into the higher level, you cutting off the roots of fear at every level. You smacking every devil that get in your way and you saying what's up to every guy that taps in with you. You know, so your power becomes impeccable. You understand me, when your word does too. When you match the rhythm of your word, you become bonded by it. Everything you do is true. Everything you do is godly, and then you flow with effortlessness. You can't be stopped. You know, so it's not enough to pay homage to those who become ascended masters to higher degrees, who make that decree within themselves. You know, it's a self-written establishment of who you are, to tap in to knowing yourself. And then you walk through the world and everybody see it, they know it, it's on you. It's like good cologne, man. It's strong. Yeah, it's pheromones. They become attracted to you. You know? And so don't become obsessed with somebody else's glow. You got to get your own. Yeah, how you obsessed with somebody else's development of themselves and you a human being too. So when I see people that do it, I don't have the idea of envy, but I have expectation of myself to do the same because you just showed me what was possible. Thank you. You showed me what was possible by putting that good cologne on, man. You showed me that I can smell better, I can do better. You know? So now that you showed me, and that's the most dangerous thing. I don't care what you accomplish. You can accomplish reaching the stars, man. You showed me it was possible. Guess what you did? You just gave me the blueprint. Because I ain't met a human being that did something I don't believe that I can't do. Because if I develop myself in that same area, then I know possibility occurs right afterwards. Human beings, see, we so powerful, we looked up and we seen the birds flying and we said we can do that too, and we built planes. We built spaceships. You know? We looked out and we seen fishes. And we seen whales and dolphins jumping up, and we said we can do that too, and we built ships and submarines.